My lovely wolf pack, welcome back to another video. I actually did a video yesterday and posted it, but it froze up because I used my stupid cheap ass green screen, so I might just store that away or give it to someone else, I don't know. But it froze up, so I deleted it. One of my friends, or one of my subscribers, told me that, hey, it froze up. So I deleted it, and I'm making this video. Remember, subscribe to my channel, follow me, and everything. Links in the description for my last video. Today, we're going to be talking about 3 of the most terrifying home invasion stories ever. Roll the intro. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. The first story is the home invasion that almost was. I was sitting in the kids' bedroom, putting them to sleep. My husband in the living room working. The house was pretty quiet. We heard someone turn a knob on the back door and bump it hard. Twice. As if trying to shove the door open. My husband bought me the shotgun and went exploring outside with the pistol. He was a country reserve cop at the time. Never did see anyone. The weird thing, I usually don't end up locking the doors until we go to bed. Usually a couple hours after the kids, but for some reason I had nagging feeling to lock it. Earlier that night, if I hadn't, God knows what would have happened. It was obvious that we were home, and at least someone was awake. My husband had a kitchen and living room lights on, so whatever they wanted was not just to take things. He spoke to his fellow officers, but nothing was ever found. He did find footprints by the garage. The next morning was way too big to have been his. He waited and waited for a follow-up break-in, and it never happened. I am a stay-at-home mom, so I keep the pistol within reach for a while. When the kids were in school and I was home alone, nothing like that has ever happened again. However, a few months later, my 11-year-old son did move out of his bedroom because he felt like he was being watched. Said he kept hearing footsteps outside his windows before we moved in his room. Sorry, my allergies. Was a black porch that had previous owners had boxed in. The old concrete porch steps are still outside his room and lead to a big window that previous owners put in. It doesn't open. I'm sure it could have been neighborhood stray cats, but this was just a few months after the door incident. Shit, that sucks. Damn. It is true. Like, why, super weird. Like, that's interesting. Like, they didn't want to take anything. If they did, then they would have came when the lights were off or no one was home, but yet they stayed there. Now, I don't know if these are true. I'm not going to say they're true because I don't have anyone to air them, but it doesn't have to be true to be creepy. You know? Next story, the sliding glass door. One of my childhood homes had a balcony that was attached to both of my mother's bedroom and mine via big glass door in each of our rooms. Next to the balcony, there were 2 trees. One I often used to climb up and down from the balcony. One night, when my brother and mother weren't home, and I was about 13, reading in bed with a very dim reading light, I heard what sounded like someone moving in one of the trees outside. But this didn't worry me, as possums and bats are common in our area. Now I had a thin curtains on a glass door that separated my room, and the balcony and the doors faced outwards. And the doors were faced outwards towards the street, where the street lamplight was always visible through my curtains. Shortly after hearing the tree's rustling noises, I see a shadow slowly move past the door, at which point I immediately turned off my reading light and freeze like a deer in headlights. The shadow is tall, so it wasn't a kid, and it wasn't my all of 5-foot mother. The person moved slowly, creeping as though they were trying not to be noticed. They wouldn't like to be able to see into my room, but I could see them, thanks to the streetlights behind them. They moved past the door, out of sight, and sat there unable to move or even think about what to do other than be absolutely still. That is until I heard another sound. The sound of someone trying to open a glass door, my mom's door, to the balcony. I didn't know if she had locked him or not, but I wasn't taking the chance. I moved as quickly and silently as I could to my bedroom door. I locked it. I listened for what person was doing now. They were still jiggling the glass door handle, but it sounded like the door wasn't opening. I felt relief this person couldn't get in. Surely all I had to do was wait for them to realize that, and then they would leave, right? Well, I heard a light footstep moving back along the balcony to my set of glass doors until I saw his shadow stop directly in front of them again. I froze. He couldn't see me. He couldn't know I could see him. I saw the shadow of a hand reach up to my door's handle, and my heart stopped. I had actually locked the doors myself today. I was out there earlier if I forgot. The seconds leading up to him grabbing the handle felt like an eternity, but thankfully, when this person tried to open the door, it did not open. It was locked, and I sighed, much as a relief. I was worried he had heard it. After this began pacing the length of the balcony. I didn't have a mobile. Landline was at the other end of the house, but I was scared to take my eyes off of them. I was silently crying and praying they would just leave. Then I heard him stop moving. He then said I could just break the glass, Before I could even process, I saw a car headlights turn around the corner of the street, and then he stopped a property gate. My mom was home. The person on the balcony moved out of sight, and I heard a loud thump as he jumped off of it. When my mom's car came inside, I was hysterical and was barely coherent in telling her what happened. Eventually, I got the message across, and she called the police. They never found or caught anyone, but the neighbor reported a truck in the street that matched the description of the truck that I have reported recently for attempted child abductions near my school block away. That's creepy as hell. I really hope that if this is real, I hope that they're okay, and I hope that they catch the intruder soon, because that's just fucked up. Especially when he knew that she was there. And I really think that that is a bad situation for a kid. You know? She's only like, what, 13? This story's called I Overheard a Murder. I was living in Las Vegas at the time, and I was 19. I lived in a trailer park near Northtown, not so nice area of Vegas. The trailers were about 10 feet apart at best. About 11 p.m., I heard a sound of bodies flopping on the ground from the trailer next door, surrounded like someone was wrestling or fighting. But no yelling or loud voices. I then heard a screen door of a trailer open and a car sped off. I thought nothing of it and kept to myself. My roommate was at work and wouldn't be home until morning. I went to bed, woke up, and tapping on my front door. As I opened my eyes, I saw the police officer holding a shotgun leaned against my window. I woke up in a hurry and answered the door. The police officer told me I had a vacant of the premises of my own safety. Apparently, the sounds I heard were from my neighbor who stumbled and killed someone. Let me edit that part out too. Who stabbed and killed someone in the trailer. The car driving away was the murder victim friend who drove to Nelly Air Force Base for help. My neighbor kept the body in the house until SWAT team showed up and extracted the man from the home. VIA tear gas. This was the beginning of a crazy things that happened while out west, but far one of the most memorable. Is this the last part? Yes, it is. Shadow Man. We're gonna go with Shadow Man. I was home alone with my 3-year-old. My guy was working overnight. I started hearing static over the baby monitor, so I got up to check just to make sure I get the doorway. I see a silhouette of a very tall man, except it was like a negative light there where he was standing. The hallway lit should have hit him, and some kind of color should have shown him, but he was just black. Of light just standing there watching. I reached around the door, flipped on the light, and grabbed my son. Turned for a quick look before I bolted hell. Bent for frozen sight. Outside, and he wasn't there. I stopped, turned off the light, and just shot a person there. But a few steps closer, I slammed the door, cracking the frame in the process, and spent the rest of the night in my fully lit bedroom with my little. He just giggled, as it wasn't the last I saw of him. In my son's room, and now my 5-year-old has spoken of him often. If you don't know what a shadow person is, it's like a ghost, only there's no features. It's just a black silhouette of a person. Imagine your shadow, just a 3D version of your shadow, just walking around. It's a class of spirits. But yes, I hope you enjoyed the video, because I enjoyed making it for you guys. If you want to see more scary videos, leave me in the comments, and like, subscribe. Check out my last video. You could in the description, or you could check out the end screen. I'm sorry, but the other video did not work. But I will not be using that green screen again. I will be getting rid of it, so yeah. But thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. But yeah. Goodbye. Like and subscribe.